it's wonderful. Thanks to Sameer and Applause and Deepak and Deepak Dhar and all these fantastic actors. A great premise. I really loved making it. It's really very interesting because very rarely you get to make a thriller which is so much in terms of character, the layers, everything in the show. So I don't think you should judge anything by the first episode, for example, because every episode, every character kind of reveals itself. The two leads are both contradictory, opposed to each other, yet, they're both right. So, who's who and what and right and wrong are kind of always up for grabs, and it's wonderful the way it unfolds. And I think, we've got a great team, even the technical crew, the performances are terrific. I mean, all of them, Ronit here, Tiska, Praveen, Young Man's Debut, all of these people, Dilip Tahil, my old friend, all of them wonderful with Deepak Sehgal poking us along, it's been wonderful, but my cameraman is wonderful, Sachin Krish, so it's really shot well. And the sound design is very good. Technically, the editing, everything, it's a very well, I really enjoyed making it.
A woman is like a tea bag. You put her in hot water and you know how strong she is. So this character, Dr. Meera Anand, my mouth was watering to play this part. I'm deeply thankful to all the powers that be, Applause, Hotstar, Sudhir, my wonderful cast, crew, everyone. It was just the most fantastic experience, one of the best roles of my life that I got a chance to play, and I enjoyed it every single minute. What a dilemma to have as a doctor to have taken the Hippocratic Oath and say that I will save lives at all costs, and then to be pitted against your own oath and put your family on the other side. Would you take an innocent man's life? She cuts people up in order to save them, and now she's being told to do something completely different. I thought it was an outstanding, unforced central conflict. नहीं तो normally when you have a show तो उसमें काफी forced होती हैं चीजें कि एक बनाई होती है conflict. पर इसमें इतना central conflict strong था that at every moment, I was tested to the extreme as the character. कि कैसे करेगी इस situation से अब कैसे बाहर निकलेगी. Enjoyed it to the hilt.
What made me choose the show?
And what can the audience expect?
Well, there was no reason to not do the show. It's a great show. It's a critically acclaimed show internationally. And it was brought to me by Applause, by Mr. Sameer Nair, Deepak. So great show to be, great cast to be part of. And of course the man here, Sudhir Mishra. It's been a dream. We were supposed to work on a film which got delayed due to some reason. So for me, this was a great opportunity. नहीं वही तो कहानी है. That's the story that Tiska's told us about the central plot. Now, what it is about the story and all the characters that contribute to the story is that at no point is it what it seems to be. So it is, even when any of the characters, me included, is doing a specific deed, you don't know what the agenda behind it is, and you don't know whether it is correct or incorrect. So I think the dichotomy of that play and the various layers that every character here has, and like Sudhir sir rightfully said, it's not just about a particular thing, it's also about, the young girl's love story. She's not here today. No, you're not a young girl. No, not this young girl. We have another young girl. The brothers, there's a brother-father story here. There's two friends. There's a brother-in-law. Those emotions. So it's not just a bunch of people taking a bunch of people hostage. like Deepak very rightfully said, there's a lot of layers to the story. And it's not just, say, telling an episode and leaving a hook at the end of it. Every scene or two scenes in the show has a hook and a turn.
Well, what I found really interesting was he's a husband, he's a father also, but the father part of it is also very complicated, just like the husband part of it. So as we know, husband-wife relationships are very complicated, and he has a very complicated relationship with his son as well, who's not here today, but a really bright young actor. So that's what I found really interesting, is that he's trying to keep his, family, together. A lot of stuff that we brush under the carpet is brought out when this circumstance comes up. So that's what I really found interesting. And there's a lot of course, about the character, which I can't tell you, which gets revealed, throughout the 10 episodes. But I have to say it was a really amazing experience. And like Ronit rightly said, there was absolutely nothing to say no to, everything to say yes to. A brilliant cast. Always wanted to work, of course, with Ronit. Wanted to work again with Tiska and Sudhirji, of course, such a big fan. Applause, Hotstar, everything.
Thank you.
But it's just, sometimes you just face certain circumstances in life which you're not ready for, but would you kill an innocent man to save somebody else's life? And yeah, about my character, it's just, I think it'll be disservice if I say a lot more than we already have. So it's for you to sort of just see and judge. But looking forward.
First of all, I would like to thank everybody. Like, it's a dream team for me to work with. Sudhir sir, Ronit sir, Tiska ma'am, Sanjay sir, everybody. So, मेरा experience बहुत अच्छा रहा. मतलब सब कुछ smoothly गया, सब बढ़िया रहा. So that's what I want to say right now. Thank you.
Super.
Yeah, thank you. Very good afternoon to all of you, and thank you very much for coming here. Of course, it's been a very special experience once again working with Sudhir. And we've done a feature film before this, and it's always very exciting because Sudhir has the knack or the technique to select material that is always layered. There are always nuances. There are always wheels within wheels, if you would like to call it that. And Hostage is no different. And in fact, I think that he's having the time of his life with Hostage, because now he's got an opportunity to tell the story in 5 hours. And usually he's like, he's got about 2 hours to tell the story. And I've always seen him sort of wanting a little more time, but he's got the time to do it. And of course, I'd like to compliment this wonderful star cast, to Tiska and Ronit and everyone. These young gentlemen, I didn't have an opportunity to, and this lady, I didn't have an opportunity to work with them directly, but certainly with Ronit and Tiska. I'd like to also thank Applause and Hotstar and everyone for this fantastic opportunity. Don't ask me about my role, because as always happens at the end of the shoot, you say, oh, okay, so that with Sudhir, it's always, acha, mera character ye tha. Ab samajh mein aaya mujhe, theek hai. Yaar, isko zara dobara kare. So it's a good experience. I like to work without any, as much as there is a definition, there is also the avenue and the area to be able to deal with the gray areas when you're working with this wonderful director, Mr. Sudhir Mishra. But thank you very much. And I think you will enjoy it, because I've seen the trailer and it looked very exciting. And I'm very confident that the series will be path-breaking in its mystery and its thriller content. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I mean, Hotstar, Applause, and Sudhir Mishra coming together. Of course, there'll be magic, right? So, yes, it was wonderful working with all of them, Ronit sir, Tiska ma'am, Praveen Dabas, and these bunch of actors. It was a learning experience, and all I can say about Haima, without giving away much, is, according to me, I think she's an atheist who is seeking God. So, yeah, that's my way of looking at it, and it was a learning experience, and each and every day it was beautiful. It was like as much as you can soak in. So, yeah.
Fantastic. This looks
इंटरेस्टिंग है और पढ़ते हैं और उसके पीछे मतलब जब नकाब खुलता है तो उसके पीछे कुछ कोई और दिखता है तो लिटरली जो ये नकाब पहने हैं ये लोग तो हर आदमी को एक नकाब पहने हैं तो वो इंटरेस्टिंग है बहुत एंड आजकल की दुनिया कुछ ऐसी है आजकल मतलब है ना एलियट साहब बड़े पोएट थे वो उनकी लाइन थी कि prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet, you know. So ऐसा कुछ है चक्कर और बहुत मुझे बहुत मजा आया इसको स्क्रीन पे लाते वक्त इस तरह के डायरेक्टर इस तरह के एक्टर्स को डायरेक्ट करने में इस तरह के कैरेक्टर्स को उभारने में to bring them to life. I really enjoyed it and yeah, it's about today. It's a very today show.
सुधीर जैसे डायरेक्टर अगर हों आई रिमेंबर कि शुरुआत में मैं इनको सोशली मिली थी सुधीर सर को बट ही इज़ क्वाइट इंटिमिडेटिंग जब आप उनसे यू नो एक तो ही इज़ गॉट दिस हाइट एंड देन ही इज़ गॉट दिस बूमिंग वॉइस
पहले जब मैं नया इंडस्ट्री में आया था तो भट्ट साहब ने मुझे समझाया था कि थोड़ा ऐसा करके रहो तो मामला ठीक है वो ऐसी फसाड है उसमें पीछे कुछ नहीं
But in his words, he, like Sudhir sir always says, कि I'm a madman here. You know, he'll say it himself and you'll see, like, you know, shooting at this दौरान हम shot से immediately पहले he'll just come to you and he's like, कि ये ऐसा नहीं है, उसको ऐसे करते हैं, ऐसा सही रहेगा. And then we do it and then we suddenly, you know, in hindsight we see कि हम जो कर रहे थे वो क्या था and then suddenly he'll come up with something which is so interesting and right at the end of the thing. So he has that style which is quite unique.
टिस्का तारीफ कर रही थी आप मेरी
तो 2-3 दिन तो थोड़ा सा एक फॉर्मेलिटी रही बट उसके बाद यू नो वी रियली बॉन्डेड वेरी वेल आई सी कि एक्टर और डायरेक्टर का रिलेशनशिप एक पाइप और नल की तरह होता है आप नलका हैं आप दिख रहे हैं सामने आपके थ्रू इमोशंस आ रहे हैं बट वो जो पानी आ रहा है वो पाइप के थ्रू आ रहा है तो दे कैन बी एनी ब्रेक बिटवीन द एक्टर एंड द डायरेक्टर उनके थॉट्स और इमोशंस और स्टोरी आपके थ्रू निकल के आती है पर उसके पहले जो सारी मेहनत होती है सो ही हैज़ अ वे थ्रिलर तो एक साइड पे चल रहा था लाइक औशम जस्ट सेड के ही वुड पहले हमको करने देते देन ही वुड कम एंड से इसका मुद्दा क्या है इसका मुद्दा ढूंढो और इसके अंदर ये तो चल ही रहा है ये तो चल रहा है नीचे क्या चल रहा है वो देखो इसको ऐसा लग रहा है उसको एंड वुड स्पिन इट अराउंड एंड गिव इट अ डायमेंशन एंड अ ट्विस्ट जो हमने शायद देख नहीं पाए या समझ नहीं पाए and that made it like the many layers out of which you were operating at the same time was wonderfully challenging and like I said